Hi, this is Lisa Rangel with Chameleon Resumes, the premier executive resume writing company. And thank you so much for joining me today. So today's talk is going to be a little different than what I've done in the past. So today we're going to talk about the unity that I would like to see between executive job seekers and executive recruiters. And frankly, this really could apply to recruiters of every level and job seekers of every level. But I typically work with executives, so that's the focus. But it really can apply to all different levels of employment. I was on Twitter this morning, and I saw a few articles posted by some of my colleagues and other people I follow about how unfair the job search process is for job seekers, and I've seen recruiters, express their anguish of how, hard it is to discern if a candidate's qualified and all the missteps that candidates make, and basically the recruiting group and the job seeking group all have their complaints and their, why it's not working and the system's broken type of comments, and you know what? They're both right? They're both right and they're both wrong in some ways. And I've been a job seeker a few times in my life. I have been a recruiter for 13 years, and the last 12 years I have worked with job seekers, helping them land their next job, reverse engineering the recruitment process for our clients, so this way they know how to kind of wiggle their way in and get themselves in front of the right eyes, the right eyeballs, the right people, and go through the process and get hired. So, by no means do I have a unique perspective, because I'm not the only person who's been in all three seats, but I have a perspective that I think can shed some light on the situation. And at least it's my dream, my idealistic dream that I hope can happen. So, how do you fix unemployment? How do you fix this divide between job seekers and recruiters? And it's really not a one-sided issue, first of all, job seekers have some really genuine gripes. I'm not getting my resume past a system, no eyeballs or human being are looking at my resume. There's too many judgments, for my gaps. I'm not able to, take care of my family and now try to come back to work without being judged. Recruiters aren't able to look past a resume for more than 6 seconds. The hiring, recruiters ghost me. And then the complaints from the recruiters, here's their list, and it's a sampling. It's by no means exhaustive, as the job seeker one wasn't exhaustive. The recruiters complain about how, candidates submit resumes and they're not indicating what job they want. Well, you have a recruiter's working on 40 recs. How are they supposed to know what job you're wanting? And now they got to do the work to try to fit you into the company, and often they don't take that time. So, that's part of the problem, right? There's a lot of complaints about applicant tracking systems, but I can tell you, as someone who's been on the receiving end of using one of those as a recruiter, they really make life easy, because you cannot go through, 800-900 emails that you get. It's impossible. And so, that in and of itself is an imperfect process as well. And, when you're trying to also meet human resource guidelines of treating every applicant the same and things like that, you need a process in order for that to happen, or it can create a whole new set of problems. By no means does that mean, do I think applicant tracking systems, are the bomb diggity, but I could tell you, as a former recruiter, they really do make life a lot easier, and it is a more effective tool, even if some on the receiving end don't feel it. Recruiter complaints are also, on and on, as are the job seeker complaints. So anyway, this video is not really about hearing everyone complain, but I want everyone on either side, and probably a few of you have been on both sides, where you have had to, even if you're not an executive recruiter, maybe you're a corporate recruiter, or maybe you were a hiring manager within a department, you were the CFO, or you were the marketing director, or the clinical trials recruiter. And so even if you are not in HR or in executive search, you've probably been in a position of hiring somebody before. So I really believe a lot of people who will be watching this have probably been on both sides, both the job seeker and the recruiting function. And I'm going to ask you to have some empathy. I feel like the key to this unity between these two groups to really fix or reduce the unemployment problem is empathy, and we can't control what the other side thinks, right? But we can take care of ourselves, or at least do our part. And I know, what I try to embody to our clients is, if you can at least empathize with the fact that recruiters are inundated and they have metrics they need to make to keep in order to keep their jobs. They need to look at the performance of the hires being brought in. They need to look at how many interviews do they bring in that become hires. How many candidates are they looking at before they, have an interview metric. So they have so many different performance metrics that they have to meet in order to look successful to keep their job, that as a job seeker, if you can at least empathize with that, and make it easier for them to pinpoint you as the person to bring in for an interview, I think that degree of empathy is certainly not going to fix anything, but if you have a degree of empathy, you might be able to position yourself in a way that is trying to make the life of a recruiter easier to find you. And as a recruiter, knowing that candidates are ghosted on interviews, knowing that candidates, so don't ghost, right? Even if you have to email somebody, or if you're able to, if you're unable to discern what job they want, maybe just take 2 extra seconds to look at their experience, see that you have a job that could fit them, and then just email them. Say, look, I'm not sure what job you want, but I think your background could be suitable for this. What do you think? And it's just one email, and I know multiplied times hundreds of resumes, that's not going to be possible for everyone, but if you can do it for 1 or 2 people, you've just made a difference. And I think that if each side can have empathy for the other and then do their part to just try to be the better person for themselves that day, the better job seeker that day, or the better recruiter that day, those little incremental improvements in the thousands and thousands of job seekers that are out there, and then little incremental improvements in the hundreds and thousands of recruiters that are out there, then you're going to have this incremental improvement across, the wave of employment. So again, I may be a little idealistic Pollyanna, but girls got a dream. And so, that's what I wanted to talk about today, is just really, as a job seeker at any level, as a recruiter or a hiring function at any level, do your part to take empathy, to have empathy, to take to your recruitment process, to your job search process, and be the best job seeker, be the best recruiter that you can be, factoring in what the other side may be going through. And I really believe that can unify a lot of the mindsets that are on each side of this employment equation. So that's my thought here today. Like I said, a girl can dream, but I believe if a few of you even do that today and continue to do a little bit of it each day, it's going to make things a little bit better. So anyway, if you have any comments, I welcome them. You can email me at lr@chameleonresumes.com, or you can put a comment down beneath the description. Also, I have a link down below for some job search tools that we sell on our website. If you'd like to access those, if it helps you, I just want to offer those down below. If you like the video, I'm going to ask you to like it. If you think somebody can benefit from hearing this information, I'm going to ask you to share it. And if you liked what you heard today and you haven't subscribed yet, I'm going to encourage you to subscribe using the subscribe button below so you don't miss next week's video. So I look forward to your comments, and I hope you have a great day. And thank you in advance for doing your part to make the job search a more empathetic, unified place. Take good care.